Yeah, keeping track of the cap table if you raise multiple rounds actually can become quite cumbersome as well, especially if you have a lot of shareholders, which I wouldn't recommend. That's another topic you haven't talked about, but if you have a lot of like angel investors, for example, you can try to pool them. It's easier for voting, for example, and just to manage everyone on the cap table. But it can become pretty tricky because you issue new shares, the valuation of the shares change. Some people might have some kind of stock options or convertible notes. So it can become tricky. You can do it with Excel, and a lot of people do, but you gotta be really careful and make sure everything's right on there. Or you use some tools there's specialized cap table management software. And it also helps with stock option programs, for example. So at Brevo, we use a company called Equify. I think it's a French company. And they manage our stock option pool. Everybody gets, there's some rights that shareholders have, for example, information rights. So they get these documents directly inside their account. They can see how many stock options have been allocated to them, how much they've vested, and so it makes the whole management easier. But I would only recommend that once you reach like a certain threshold. If you have a company of 2 founders and 2 stock option holders, then
you don't need the enterprise
sense, but eventually
platform for it.
You probably don't, but eventually when things get a bit more complicated, and you have other shareholders, investors on there, you can also manage shareholder meetings and get signatures. And then at some point it makes sense to use like a professional software for that as well.